A lot of people really don't realize that our patients can range from really quite small to the obvious big one. So this is a giant African land snail, and I'm giving it an ultrasound exam, and he's been particularly cooperative today. Now I can see quite a lot here with this health check. I'm seeing the little radulars, which are like teeth in the throat almost, or the tongue of the snail that they use to rasp food. And I'm looking there at the gut, and we're just going to move along this foot, this big muscular foot, which is really obvious on the ultrasound, and see if we can see the heart beating. If we look right at the top, we can sometimes even see part of the reproductive tract and even the lung. So ultrasound is really brilliant. It's based on the same technology that they developed in the Second World War for radar and for sonar for ships. And then a very clever guy from Scotland actually decided they could use this technology for medicine, and the first ultrasound machines were as big as a room and had a tiny screen, much smaller than this. And today the technology has improved so much that there's this little portable machine, and that we can use it on a giant African land snail, and you can actually see food there in the gut of the snail moving around there on the screen. And you could actually use it on a rhinoceros. So our patients are big and small, and we use very similar techniques on all of them to see if they're well or if they've got disease. One of the most common uses of ultrasound obviously is for diagnosing if animals are pregnant, just as in humans. Now, an animal like the snail won't have live young. This animal will actually lay eggs, and we can use the ultrasound in the same way to see if they're eggs that are about to be laid in a snail or in a snake or a crocodile. So ultrasound is really brilliant, and in the last decade or two, since it's become available to vets, it's really made our life so much easier. Before we had ultrasound, we'd have to rely just on x-rays, and it's not always possible to see what's going on from those. So the only alternative would have been to do surgery and open an animal up just to see what's going on, which is not good. Now with the ultrasound scanner, we can see inside them without actually doing any damage, because it's completely innocuous, the ultrasound scanner. In an animal like a snail, we'd never be able to do surgery to see what's going on inside. So without ultrasound, I really wouldn't have any way of telling what was going on inside the snail.